Hey Gang Nation, BMXX here, bringing you with the video. Now, if you read by the title, I'll be sharing my thoughts on That Vegan Teacher. I have like 14 things to say, and I've recorded this many times in the past. Many things gone wrong, because first of all, I tried playing this with GTA 5. I kept losing my concentration. And then some other things, like if I missed a detail, because I'll probably only be making one video about her, so and I also have a checklist on things to say, so I make sure I don't forget. Hold on. Right. So basically, if you don't know who That Vegan Teacher is, she used to be a 80-year-old okay. Apparently she's 59, even though she doesn't look a day over 300. Yep, I just called her 300 years old. So she basically was famous for saying something outside McDonald's with her awful voice and a ukulele, saying eating animals is wrong, McDonald's. Hurting animals is wrong, McDonald's. Oh shit, I'm gonna cry. I didn't do anything wrong. Then she got famous, and then her videos were not that weird, and then eventually they became weird, so while I'm here waiting for that train to depart, I'm just gonna keep talking. Yeah, so and then she got banned. Surprised she wasn't banned sooner. Because she made a bunch of offensive TikToks, and then she surfaced again, and then now here to talk about her. And my sister introduced me to her in like summer, but I didn't really get invested till after my PC broke.
This is
because I had nothing else to do.
This train is for Stepford, Victoria.
I think that's there's not this movement led by this YouTuber named Mason, called VTT, Vegan Teacher Takedown, to try to remove that vegan teacher from the face of the earth forever. Yeah, she does. So another thing is, I'm not doing this for attention, like I said at the beginning of the video. I'm only making one video, just giving my thoughts on That Vegan Teacher, and this also may be a little rant, so anyways, on to my first topic I like to talk about is religion. She has something with religion. Her first thing with religion is one of her, probably should have said, whenever I refer to one of her TikToks, this is her TikToks that used to be before she was banned. You can't watch them now unless you watch. There's some commentary YouTubers or some compilations of her. Anyway, so she's out here with her ukulele outside, and then she's like, you could change your religion. It's easy. You could just walk away from a church into a different building, or a mosque building. So, well, that's how religion works. It's not based on what building you're in, during your day of worship. And it's determined on what you believe in. Christians, they believe in
We will
Christ.
shortly be arriving at
Christ, not sure
Leighton
what other
City.
religions believe in,
Please
because
mind
I'm
the gap
Christian
between the
and I
train
know
and
a
the
lot
platform.
about Christianity, and I'm also going to
Victoria.
overrun this platform.
This train has
I should stop speeding up so fast. Wish you could reverse in this. Oh, screw it, I'm just gonna skip this. I mainly know about Christianity, so I'm gonna be using Christianity to defend myself. Anyways, and then she has this song called "You Could Change Your Religion Like You Change Your Underwear," something like that. Show God that you really care. You can't change your religion like you change your underwear. It's not how religion works. Again, it's based
The
off what
next
you believe in.
station is Leighton Stepford Road.
Leave. And then she had this YouTube video of her eating a vegan pizza and talking about how you could change your religion. Again, like she said that you could be a Christian one day, then a Jew another day, then a Muslim other day, or it's not how it works, that vegan teacher. It's based off belief. Religion can take
We will
years to
shortly be
get
arriving
into.
at Leighton
Not
Stepford
days.
Road.
Took years for me to become
Please mind the
Christian.
gap between the train and the platform.
Then she has this song called that. Then she says that religion's based off of fairy tales, which is really offensive.
St. Helens Bridge, Stepford East, Stepford Central,
And
Stepford Victoria.
there's,
This train has 5 coaches.
it's so offensive for her to say
This
that
is
religion's based
Leighton
off of
Stepford Road.
fairy tales.
This train is
People
for
were running the
Stepford Victoria.
platforms. I
The
can't
next
concentrate.
station is
20.
Walton Newton.
So she,
Stepford Express,
so
service
she
to
says
Stepford Central, via
religion's based off
Morgan
of
Town.
fairy tales, which is really offensive to
Morgan
basically
Town,
every
St.
religious
Helens
person out
Bridge,
there.
and
Because for you to
Central.
diss, you to say that, it's really offensive, and most of the people in the world are religious.
Welcome on board this Stepford
Yes.
Connect service to Stepford
Oh, and
Victoria.
then
We will be calling at
somehow she has the
Newton,
audacity
Hampton Hargate,
to have.
Benton,
Then she
Coxon,
has fake conversations with God.
St. Helens
They're not
Bridge,
real for many reasons. She
Stepford
talks with
East,
God on the banana,
Stepford
not how you
Central,
talk with God.
and
It's
Stepford
talk with God with
Victoria.
prayer.
Back on the
The
platform.
Which-
next station is Walton Newton.
And it's so dumb. Then she sings this song called "If You Want to Get to Heaven, You Gotta Be Vegan." The fuck? It's not how it. There are many religions in the world, and by my understanding, there are no religions saying that you have to be vegan to get to heaven. Oh, sorry. I drunk my own saliva. Yeah, so there's no religion in the world saying that you have to be vegan to go to heaven. Sorry if I'm adjusting my headphones. Cause in Christianity, you believe in Christ to go to heaven. Nothing else. So yeah, except Christ too, but nothing else. Doesn't say anything about being vegan. So that's I should also texting
We will
her,
shortly
but
be
I
arriving
keep
at
forgetting.
Walton Newton. Please
I
mind the
gave
gap
her, like,
between the
4
train
X's.
and the platform.
How did I just remember? So she says that you have to be vegan to go to heaven. Not true at all. Then she responded to a commenter saying that she wants to go to heaven, then but she doesn't want to be vegan. Literally tells her says that
Stepford Central, and
says something, tells her to go. It's like ending with, what is your justification for
This
that?
is Walton
There is
Newton. This
nothing
train is for
in
Stepford Victoria.
nothing. No religion
The
saying
next
that you'll be
station
vegan to
is
go to heaven.
Hampton Hargate.
And she keeps talking about religion when she knows nothing about it. Then someone says that in the video she responds to a commenter the thing.
Welcome on board this
That has
Stepford
like,
Connect
you should
service
stop
to
talking about
Stepford,
religion if you're not a
Victoria.
religious teacher.
The next station is
And then
Hampton Hargate.
she's like, yeah, you're right, I'm not a religious teacher. I'm not interested in religion, I'm interested in what religion's supposed to teach you. Teach you to be a good person. And she's right on that. But it also teaches you about, like, growing your faith, stuff like that. About, like, religious texts, Christianity. About, teaches you how to have stronger faith. And or about the Bible, so good for an X for that. And also, last time I checked, being a good person is respecting people's faith practices. People can eat meat if they want. And then she goes on another fake thing, saying that God doesn't condone us hurting animals. 2 X's for that. You know why? I don't know why. I probably should have said this at the beginning. Forgot. I'm Xing her because whenever she reacts to a YouTuber, she gives them an X. So, doing the same thing. So, back at you, Karen. Yeah, so, she says God doesn't condone us hurting animals. That is completely wrong. Because the Old Testament, the Bible, God wanted animal sacrifices. That's a way, like burnt offerings, offerings that involves animals. Like God wants like lamb, ram, like small animals to be sacrificed as a way to show that that they want forgiveness. So, and then also, not to mention that in the Old Testament, God sent a huge flood which wiped out basically every animal, apart from 2 of every animal. So, for you to say that God doesn't condone us hurting animals is completely wrong. Animal sacrifices were used in the Old Testament. And then I learned in Sunday school lesson that I remember was that my Sunday school teacher was talking about if like there's meat out in the open, then she says that you should take it, but eat it when no one's around, because God wanted us to eat animals. So, oh, you're wrong again. Because God wanted us to eat animals. He created animals for us to eat. And then also, she says,
welcome on board this Stepford Connect service.
I don't know the saw somewhere a Bible verse. I can't remember the verse. Try finding it. Put a picture of it if I can. It says that God doesn't judge you for what you eat. So us eating meat doesn't even God doesn't even judge us for eating meat. He doesn't judge us for anything we eat. So, wrong again. Just as Jesus was vegan, he ate meat. He fed 5,000 with 2 fish and 5 loaves. He wasn't vegan. He ate meat. And stop using religion to try to spread veganism. No one is believing you. Apart from little kids who believe everything.
Platform 3 does not stop yet. Please
But
stand back from the platform.
he ate meat.
Your attention, please.
Also, he ate bread.
20.
I'm not sure if bread in the past had any animal products, but most importantly, he ate meat. So, to add to God, to the point of God, the point that where she says God doesn't condone animal slaughter. God made it rain a quail in the desert, so more meat. Anyways, so she went after this religious TikToker named Jerobe. Believe he's Lutheran, but but basically you should watch some of his videos if you're interested, because I'm just gonna briefly skim through this because I don't want this video to be too long, because in the past my last time it was
between
like,
the train and the platform.
like man, sorry, anyways, I'm gonna move on to my next topic. Oh, wait, before, she had this song saying that the Bible is pressure from dead people. The fuck? That is so offensive. It's like the most offensive thing you could ever say to someone. Because Christianity is the biggest religion in the world, and you just saying that the Bible is pressure from dead people is the most offensive thing you could ever say from a bunch of other things, which I'm just gonna have to move on because I spent like 14 minutes on this topic. So next thing is she forces her dog to be vegan. The dogs aren't supposed to be vegan, and all her videos of Bella the dog, she's eating grass, she looks like she wants to die, or she wants, and a bunch of others. She doesn't look healthy at all, because I'm pretty sure if dogs eating grass is not healthy. Like,
welcome on board. Stepford Victoria.
Their
Coxon,
digestive system wasn't
Bowden,
meant for
St.
eating
Helens Bridge,
for a
Stepford
vegan
East,
diet. So,
Stepford Central,
and then
and
she
Stepford
put Bella the
Victoria.
dog near some.
The next station is
She
Coxon.
says that many vets say she's healthy. She doesn't look healthy. She looks like she wants to die. Oh yeah. And a TikTok, she put Bella the dog near some ducks, live ducks, by the way, saying that she wouldn't eat them. No dogs would eat live ducks. They need to be killed and ready to be eaten. And let's see if she touches those ducks, cause I'm pretty sure she would, and I'm pretty sure she's craving some meat, not some plants that taste like nothing and don't provide any nutritional value for
Please mind
dogs.
the gap between the train and the platform.
Forgot to keep Xing.
St. Helens
Gave her
Bridge,
5 X's.
Stepford East, Stepford Central.
Then another
Stepford
thing.
Victoria.
I'm gonna prepare the extra for
This
this.
train has 5 coaches.
No, I think that's. Oh, so told so. Yeah, dogs aren't meant to be vegan. That vegan teacher. Sure, you should focus on
This
what
is
she
Coxon.
needs, not you want her to
This
eat.
train is
She
for
wants to eat meat.
Stepford
You want her
Victoria.
to eat plants.
The next
You're
station
eventually
is
gonna kill
Bowden.
her with the diet you're feeding her. I'm pretty sure if you brought her to a vet, they're gonna be like, you have to feed it meat or else it's gonna die. Another thing is, she uses Black Lives Matter to promote veganism. So she has this song called I Can't Breathe, and dedicated saying that as perspective of animals, saying of ways that they're slaughtering them to
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect
promote
service
veganism,
to
but
Stepford Victoria.
I mean, it's all wrong
The
and
next
stuff.
station is
It's very
Bowden.
wrong. Then many other things like then she reacted to this comment about someone saying you want anything from KFC, and then somehow apparently the commenter was black,
We
and
will
then
shortly
somehow
be
brought
arriving Bowden.
brought to something about
Please mind
animals
the
being
gap
in
between the
cages.
train and the platform.
Yeah, that is another. She just finds every opportunity, like every opportunity to promote veganism, and I don't think she knows it's wrong. She thinks it's okay.
Platform 3.
Sorry
for
if
the
I'm gonna
20,
briefly go through these
24.
topics,
Stepford
since
Connect
it's like
service to Stepford Victoria.
been recording for 19
This is
minutes,
Bowden.
St. Helens Bridge.
and I
Stepford
have a
Bridge,
lot of
Stepford
stuff to go
Victoria.
through.
And
The
Stepford
next
Victoria.
Another thing she
is
says
St.
is
Helens Bridge.
coming out is selfish, because she says, according to her, coming out as part of the LGBTQ community is selfish and not as hard as coming out as a vegan animal rights activist. Not true. Now, someone who's LGBTQ, and I look at them very differently. And also, the LGBTQ, you're telling people around you that you're LGBTQ. I bet if you tell someone you're a vegan animal rights activist, no one would give a flip about it. Just saying. No one will give a flip about you telling them that you're a vegan. So, she says being LGBTQ is selfish because it focuses around you and doesn't better the world. Completely wrong. Just saying.
Please stand back on
the next thing I'm gonna go over is she went after Gordon Ramsay. She had a song called "Eating Animals is Wrong." Gordon Ramsay, hurting animals is wrong. Gordon Ramsay, sure that, and if you call me a donut, that's fine, as long as you're vegan from now on. And then in January, Gordon Ramsay responded to the song 3 months after she posted it, and he eats some lettuce, like 2 bites, and then when that vegan teacher goes after they're calling her a donut. Gordon Ramsay just whips out a burger and calls him a vegan donut. Which is really funny. Just saying.
Please mind the gap between the train
and then in response to that, she tried telling him to start cooking real food. 2 exits for that. He's a Michelin star chef. He cooks real food. He has many cooking shows revolved around cooking, like MasterChef Junior, where he teaches amateur cooks to become professional cooks.
This train is for Stepford, Victoria.
Then
the next station is Stepford East.
It also has Hell's Kitchen Nightmare. Airs 24 Hours to Hell and Back. Where he changes a bad restaurant into a good restaurant and learn how to cook and teach him how to cook actual food. He knows how to cook food. You should just
welcome on board this Stepford Connect service.
She doesn't know what real food is, to be honest.
The next station is Stepford East.
Another thing is, she went after a few Minecraft YouTubers, Tommy Innit, for something he completely not related to her. He was at college, and something about women, I can't remember. And then that vegan teacher duetted him, so that's 2x. That's another x. And then telling him to go vegan. And another thing is that
we will shortly be arriving at Stepford
and Tommy
East.
Innit did a TikTok of him receiving his golden play button.
28.
And then he says he's going to show it to girls. Then that vegan teacher duets him once again, saying that they don't want to see that button, they want to play with his buttons, which basically she's using references on a 16-year-old.
The next station
she's like 59 years old talking to a 16-year-old about that is completely
Dave's long settled comfortably.
Wrong. And then she went after George. She went after George found another ex because he was in the snow begging for likes. And then that vegan teacher tells him to go vegan.
The next station is Stepford Central.
Which she just tries going after famous people to support veganism. Then after her ban, she created another account, which she used Dream, and then she did a video on it on her channel called God Dream and something else. She had her profile picture as Dream, and then said that he looked like a circumcised baby. Which this goes actually transitions into my next topic, circumcision. She's against circumcision, saying that it's wrong to touch to remove foreskins. If you don't know what circumcision is, it's just basically it's a procedure where they surgically remove foreskin of
This train has 5 coaches.
a baby, of a male. Some males do this when they have them circumcised when they're young. Some do it when they're older. So she says it's wrong to do it, which she's wrong again. There are many health benefits to being circumcised, and which I'll post on the screen. I will list it. I'm not gonna list it. But she says it's wrong to touch, to remove the foreskin of babies. There are many. I mean, when you're a baby, you won't be able to remember it. So technically, we'll feel pain, but you won't remember the pain. So some people, sometimes it's used to remove extra foreskin of babies. So then it's also so it makes it easier to clean. So which could limit health risk. So it's another one. Sorry I'm briefly going through all this because I've been recording. It's 26 minutes in. Still have a lot of things. I swear every time I record this, it's get longer and longer. My last attempt was 34 minutes, but it so perfect apart from some camera issues. Yep. And then another thing is I told two of my teachers about this, my support and science teacher about it, because why not? My support teacher was reading an article about her. Told her that she forces her dog to be vegan, and I think that made her hate her. And then I told my science teacher like about a few weeks ago about her, and then because we somehow talked about vegans after science class, and then so I emailed her telling her that I don't have anything wrong with vegans, which I probably should have said at the beginning, but I'll probably put some text. But I don't have anything wrong with vegans, apart from that vegan teacher and some other vegans who are annoying as F, who force their vegan beliefs on us. I listed all the things that she does, and then yeah, she has really bad people skills. So that's then when I was telling my support teacher about something, I told her that she thinks that we were born vegan, which this transitions into my next topic, which is she says we were born vegan. She says we were born vegan, and then our parents unconsentiously gave us animal products. We don't need consent to survive, because we need the nutrients from animal products when we're young, or else we'll die. Then again, she's basically fine with all people dying. I think she's pro-abortion. And then when I told my support teacher about it, she's like, yeah, that is not right. Right? Because she says that we eat whatever our mothers eat in the womb, and they probably ate meat. So, and this all started with a comment saying, imagine being vegan. I can't be vegan. It's not. I love having a nice bowl of New England clam chowder on the harbor, and it's so good. Real authentic New England clam chowder, not like the ones in a can, because those are honestly trash. Authentic New England clam chowder at Boston Harbor. Delicious. Yeah, so she says that we were born vegan. We ate whatever our parents eat, and they probably ate meat. Actually, they did eat meat. So Wrong again, that vegan teacher. Then she says that the whole world can be vegan. Sorry, some of my transitions aren't as smooth as some of them, because these are all over the place, and I'm trying to get this through as quickly as possible. So she says the whole world can be vegan. Yeah, not true. There are two reasons. She says that everyone can be vegan. Two big reasons people can't go vegan. One, health conditions.
Stepford, Victoria.
People have health conditions that prevent them from going vegan. When she was reacting to someone saying all these health conditions, she nodded off like it was nothing. See, there is nut allergy, soy allergy, vitamin B12 deficiency, iron deficiency, calcium deficiency. You have to be a low carb diet, since plants are basically carbs and meat. Delicious and especially good. Claims good. Oh shoot! No, no. Oh. Y'all saw nothing. Then. Sorry, I was trying to break. Yeah, so people have certain health conditions that make them can't go vegan. Again, so wrong. They're X. So honestly, and then she's like not weak, not an excuse. Vegan, it's about trying your best. I'm pretty sure people with those health conditions, if they try to go vegan, they'll die. Another thing is, the reason why the whole world, everyone can't go vegan, is if people live in developing countries, since I'm pretty sure if you're vegan, you need like certain supplements to stay alive, to support your health. Yeah, I'm pretty sure developing countries don't have access to that stuff. So if a person in a developing country would go vegan, they'll probably die because of the lack of nutrients. And also, not all countries can grow plants, and most countries depend on meat to survive. Just saying. 2 X's for that. People in the... she's just stupid. And to think that everyone can go vegan, wrong, because health conditions and people in developing countries. Next topic I'd like to talk about is factory farms. Factory farms are wrong because animals aren't treated humanely, but like farms that actually treat the animals right are good, since they actually give them what they need instead of clustering the animals together. So okay. And then another thing is milking cows. She says milking cows is wrong. I read somewhere that if cows aren't milked, they'll be in extreme pain. So would you rather a cow be milked or be in extreme pain? I think I know the answer. So milk makes cream, and cream goes into New England clam chowder, which makes me happy. And then another thing. Another thing is, she has these TikToks on cognitive dissonance and hypocrisy. She makes them about other people when she's literally everything that she's listed. She blatantly disrespected this Catholic priest, cause thinking Catholic people call like their priest father, so she put father in quotation marks. So it's just blatantly disrespectful. So if you want people to be nice to you, you should be nice to other people, and if you want people to go vegan, you should be nice, not force them. Even though you try to defend yourself about not forcing people, you literally force people to be vegan.
St. Helens Bridge.
And then, that's
Hampton Hargate.
Then another thing is,
Leighton City.
She calls
And
everyone
Kathleen.
vegan phobic.
This train has
Like
five coaches.
anyone who goes after after her, she calls them vegan phobic, like vegan phobic glider guy, vegan called Jerome vegan phobic, many other people vegan phobic, which is not what vegan phobic is. Someone going after you just because you're vegan isn't vegan phobic. Isn't vegan phobia. It's an aversion to vegan people. They're not averting you because you're vegan. They're just simply going after you because you're a B-word. She also says something with the N-word because she says it a bunch of times, and she had this video where she spelled out the N-word, saying that we should ban cruelty, not words. Some words have traumatic, some words may be offensive to people, like the N-word.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to
And this hasn't happened yet, but I doubt
will
she
be
will,
calling
because she goes after
Stepford
anyone.
Central,
She's probably going to go after
Stepford
real
East,
fanners and plane spotters.
St.
If you don't know
Helens
what a
Bridge,
real fanner
Kirby,
is, basically people
Hexham,
who film trains.
Benton,
I myself am a real
Hampton
fanner. No, it's
Leighton
not why I'm
Newton,
playing this game.
Leighton
Okay,
Stepford
but
Road,
maybe that is. I
Leighton
do
City,
like rail fanning, it's
and
pretty cool.
Edgemead.
And if you
The
don't know what a
next
plane
station
spotter
is
is, they're basically
Stepford
people at
Central.
airports watching planes. Basically, I bet if she goes after real fanners, she's gonna be like, "Oh, you should stop filming trains and film the animals being raped, tortured, and murdered, cause that's more important than filming a bunch of trains." And she'll probably when she goes after plane spotters, she's going to like, "Stop
Please stand
watching
back from the platform
planes.
edge.
Focus on the
Your
animals being
attention,
raped,
please.
tortured, and murdered."
The
I'm
2046
personally
Stepford
censoring.
Connect service
I'm not
to
really saying
Stepford,
that. I'm
Victoria
just kind of
has been cancelled.
censoring it out by
This
myself.
is due to
She
a
likes
number of
saying
train
what
crew being unavailable.
rape, torture, and murder. Something with that. It's like her iconic catchphrase. I mean, people film trains because they want to film trains, and honestly, they're kind of cool. And plane spotters, I mean, it's their real fanners and plane spotters. It's their passions to film trains, because some people like trains, and some people post them on YouTube, and then for people to see the amazement of trains. And people want to watch planes because they like planes. They're aviation nerds. I'm not a plane spotter, but I'm an aviation nerd. Yeah. Anyways, guys, sorry this video was so long. I'm probably not gonna make another video on that vegan teacher. If I do, it's probably either because y'all want me to make another video on her, or two, if she responds to this video, and I'm probably gonna do a response on that, but I doubt she will. And I do not have anything with vegans. Did not do this for a clout, because I'm just personally giving my thoughts on her. And then yeah, that's basically it. I'll probably count up all the X's I gave her in this video, and then I'll just show a little image of it after it. Anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.